here are some of the papers we've got for you this morning. I will start with the Guardian newspaper this morning. 2025 appropriation bill. Fiscal hurdle awaits 47.9 trillion naira budget, MDA's mobilization capacity. And then you can see a direct quote here which says, while the proposed budget is ambitious, it is essential to implement effective strategies to increase revenue generation. This includes strengthening tax administration, expanding the tax base, and improving tax compliance. By taking these steps, Nigeria can work towards a more sustainable fiscal future. So you may have to go ahead and take a look at that story to get the context of all of this. But there you go. That is a lead story about the 2025 appropriation bill today. Beneath that lead story, Falana underscores right to free education, flays errant governors. Errant state governors. He's taking a direct one at them. The paper following up from what transpired yesterday here today. Then beneath that, also beside that story, FG revokes directives relating to NYSC posting restrictions. Well, I think you'll have to look at this story and find out what context is this, because I mean, if there are troubled areas, I don't imagine that this will apply. But hey, go ahead and look at the story and see for yourself. Daily Trust. Traditional rulers not afraid of governors, ascribed to Sultan, says no projects greater than educating youths. Our safety rests on their empowerment, ascribed to Shetima. Leaders must emulate Sardauna's leadership strategy, ex-Niger governor. So, all of this, and yet you have what, 135 billion funds which has not been accessed. UBEC funds. So how do they justify all of these things, one may wonder. All right. From then on to Vanguard newspaper today. Prolonged power outage worsens hardship in Niger Delta. 4 months of darkness in Bayelsa. Lack of power supply, high cost of fuel, drive up prices in Cross River. Poor equipment, others hinder transmission, households, businesses suffer setback, experts, others proffer solutions. So that's what you see right there. And then at the bottom strip, experts warn as Tinubu seeks approval for $2.2 billion fresh loan. I know, we're back to this loan matter. And then look at this. Opposition politicians, not IPOB, responsible for violent attacks ascribed to Abia government. So what is the law doing about this? Well, I guess it's puts the ball back in the court of the police to look at this. This Nigeria, $20 billion spent on Nigeria's refineries must be accounted for, CSOs tell NNPCL. Daily Independent. Tinubu seeks NASS nod to borrow fresh 1.767 trillion naira loan. Want approval for 2025 to 2027 MTEF and FSP. The Daily Times. INEC promotes 1,731 staff, reinforces commitments to career development. The Blueprint. Senate seeks expeditious action for Tinubu's 1.77 trillion naira loan. At the Nigerian Tribune, Tinubu writes NASS seeks approval to borrow 1.77 trillion naira. Transmits 2025 to 2027 medium-term expenditure framework fiscal policy paper. The New Telegraph is a different narrative. Drug trafficking. 10 Nigerians, 90 other foreigners executed in Saudi Arabia. Amnesty International, AFP, I guess they're quoting those dailies here. And then Business Day, investors strike gold as stocks up 264% in 5 years, the paper reports this morning. Those are some of the dailies here today.